One of the things that is bothering me most about conversations and topics of discussion at hand right now has to do with the idea of, like, not impeaching Trump, not pursuing Trump. And even so much as I've heard some of the pundits say, perhaps Biden should consider pardoning Trump. And the reasoning behind that not only makes me angry, it frightens me a little too, or maybe a lot. The idea that because the country is as divided as it is, that we should then not pursue kind of consequences or responsibility that be taken for crimes that this man has committed makes no sense to me. And I think does the opposite of what these pundits are claiming it would do, to not prosecute Trump or to pardon him. That's even worse. So he may pardon himself and his family. Who knows? We still have another week or so, and it's not even worth guessing or caring about what might come. We'll see what he does or tries to do. But whether he does pardon himself or not, there still will be a resolution to the investigations in the Southern District of New York. And the consequences of those investigations could result in Trump being sent to prison. Just from a pure objective standpoint, it seems very, very likely that there are an extraordinary number of crimes of an extraordinarily high figure monetarily that Trump has committed. And those aren't things that should be overlooked. The idea that no one is above the law used to mean something. And the pretense of it, the pretending that, saying it without it meaning anything, really takes away from the pride, I think, that we could have in who we are as a lawful society. So, where I stand currently is that whether Trump pardons him or himself or not, I hope that the investigations are completed in a way that they would be with respect to any American, in as fair a way as possible, given how corrupt I know our justice system to be. So there are those of us who were pursued, and the pursuits objectively of me, for example, are laughable now. You just look at them and compare them to what these all of the folks that Trump had appointed, all of the 9 or whatever that went to prison, and Trump himself, all of the crimes that these people have committed, and the claim that I attempted to evade tax, which was a lie and false, but just that claim resulted in a conviction because of everything else they tossed on that I was acquitted of. It's a system that hasn't been working for a long time. But when there are egregious acts of criminality, when these are committed by people in positions of power, not peons like me or folks that can't afford a defense, but people who have acted criminally and wielded power over others for long, long periods. When we don't hold those people accountable, we're undermining the system even further. So my hope is that this investigation plays out as fairly as possible, and if Trump has committed crimes, then he's convicted, he's prosecuted and convicted and punished for what he's done. He does not deserve to be protected. And the idea that he doesn't pardon, in the circumstance where he doesn't pardon himself, and the government, the federal government, believes that there are crimes he has committed, then I think the federal government should pursue those as well. I think for far too long in this country, rather than hold those privileged folks, particularly those in power, accountable, the opposite has been true. They have been held less accountable. They have not been prosecuted because of their positions, because of their wealth, because of their authority. And that's wrong on such a visceral level to me. It's the opposite of what should happen. With your privilege should come the responsibility to not steal from those of us who can't defend ourselves, to not abuse your positions of authority and power. So rather than giving you a shorter sentence, less accountability, I think the book should be thrown at those who have abused their power. And in this case, I don't want to jump the gun, but it appears as if his criminal activity, Trump's criminal activity, has both been egregious and long-running. And to the extent that those things are proven, he should be punished. Thank you, sincerely, for listening to my videos. Please subscribe. It's free. And please comment. I really do read your comments, and I do try to respond. If you have any ideas about what more you'd like to see or ways in which you might be interested in partnering, feel free to reach out. Thanks again very much.